Hey guys, it's Jess. I am going to be drawing and painting a still I took while I was watching the new How to Train Your Dragon movie. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. Me and my 8-year-old son, or I should say my 8-year-old son and we went to go visit and watch the movie, and we absolutely loved it. But we are a really huge fan of the franchise. When I was a little girl, I used to um, draw dragons all the time. I loved fantasy characters in general, but it was dragons, 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 dragons wrapped around castles, dragons breathing fire, dragons that had snakyish bodies, dragons that had more lizard bodies, different colors, different scales, ones with wings, ones with big talons, ones with cute paws. Love dragons. And so, when I saw my child became somewhat interested in dragons, I was very excited to see him take off. There's a book I got that somebody does step-by-step paintings with drawings, and actually he got to borrow it in art class. There was like a free time art class he had, and he would bring home these beautiful drawings of dragons when he was 6, 7 years old, and I'm like, oh, be still my heart, dragon drawing, yes. So we went to go see the movie. We very much enjoyed it, and I thought you guys would enjoy a little fan art that I did. Watercolor's not my first thing. This is really a lot of experimentation for me, but it just goes to show that, as you can see here, with all the colors kind of bleeding into everything, I'm an impatient artist to be using watercolor. And so a lot of that stuff that is really kind of messy right now ends up looking really pretty just because it's makes some really beautiful granulations and just makes the painting more interesting than if everything came out perfect, I think. But I enjoyed it. A couple things I would fix, but I really do like the Light Fury. She's adorable. She's definitely keeps her primitive ways throughout the movie, so you don't you see the character change when it comes the shifting of priorities. Let's put it that way for Toothless. So that was kind of heartbreaking, but you have to see it. If you're a fan, you must be. You're watching this. It can't be because of my art. It has to be because you love the movies or are a fan of the franchise. And yeah, so this was my attempt. I am using a palette that was given to me as a gift, and I don't know anything about it. It just has a parrot head on it, and it was all in Chinese. And I don't know much about it. I can share the link with you below so that you may get it yourself. But it honestly, the colors work really well, they granulate really well. I'm very impressed with this palette, and it has a great variety of colors. You can kind of see where I wrote all the colors in because some of them just look so dark. Like you can see the middle row on the top, the darks all look almost identical. You can see me looking at my reference photo there. And since they all look identical, I didn't know. I'm like, which color am I reaching for there? So I made a swatch for it, but then I also named them because I didn't want to have to look at the swatch every time. I wanted to know this is what Prussian blue looks like, which is what a lot of that color is on the bottom, that beautiful darkish teal to the bottom left. I used the more of a cobalt blue on the rest of it, and then it came with this color that was just called violet. So I used the violet for that, and I really just kind of went back and forth between those three colors for the most part. And then even the darkest darks, I really just stuck with the Prussian blue, which can be made very dark. So that color that you see way off to the right is just the Prussian blue with less water. And using less water makes it look almost black, but it's really good when you're using a painting that's only blues and purples like that. Um, so anyway, I grew up drawing dragons, and my sketchbooks from my younger years are full of them. And my son starts bringing home these dragon paintings, and absolutely be still my heart. So we start drawing together, and I'm thinking I got a little artist budding. So he wants to do some videos for you guys, so we're thinking about that. But as you can see, I'm kind of a budding new artist for doing things like this, and I don't want to, I don't know, try to teach someone when I don't know what I'm doing yet. But this is me trying, and I'm not gonna try to wait until I have everything perfect before I put it out there, which I have actually been doing. I've been wanting to do a YouTube video now for, golly, years now. 3-4 years ago, I was doing Facebook Live, and everyone's like, you should do YouTube videos. And I have no idea how to do it, but the new one on my phone, the new recorder on my phone, actually makes it really easy to just upload a video on my phone, record the audio. That first video I did is the one you can see on my list. This one is actually a little bit more effort. I have an actual dash cam, or no dash cam. I'm not driving anywhere. A camera for webcam, sorry. I got the little Logitech 920, and again, somebody gifted it to me knowing that I was talking about wanting to do videos. And I never got to use it for like a year. It stayed in its box. It's pretty sad. So this is my first time using it. I have tried to keep the audio as its own level, so I'm going to have to see how well that works. But anyway, there's a lot of little tidbits of things that I've done there. And then here I went back in just to bring some of the brightness up with the chalk pastels that I have. So pastel is my main art medium, as you'll see in the last video. I do a lot of pastel. Watercolor I actually took on because it was a really great way to put a lot of color down quickly and then go back over it with pastel without filling the tooth of the paper that I work on. Because if you fill up all the texture of the paper too soon, you don't have the ability to work the picture a whole lot, or rework it, or fix things, or make movements. As you can see, just adding a little bit of white really makes some of the highlights pop. And then I've just got some blue to kind of redefine things. And I realized I needed to bring the cheek out a little bit further, and I really wanted some of the things to stand out a little bit better, so I started to outline some of them just so they were able to stand apart. But anyway, this is my attempt at sharing my art with you, and hopefully you don't mind listening to me babble the whole time. But go out, make something beautiful. Again, make mistakes. It's the only way you'll learn. So learn with me, and I hope you enjoy watching this with me. Oh, the best part. Peeling the tape. Yep. Long, awkward silence because I don't know what to say, because I'm out of stuff and I feel like I rambled. But that is my favorite part. Bye.